Hello, welcome to another episode of Disney Dreamlight Valley. This is a bit of a speed build, decorate type of video, I guess, is what you call it. If you watch Sims 4 videos, you probably have an understanding of what a speed build or speed decorate is. I'm not sure if other types of games have it or not, but obviously my channel is very heavily Sims 4, and so that's where I know it from. So if you go back and watch some of my Sims 4 building videos, you get the idea. It's a video at like 1.5 speed or whatever, where you're watching me, in this case, decorate or build or whatever, and then I just talk about it as we watch it together. I know that I said I was going to wait and do these on live stream, but to be honest with you, when I have the time to live stream, I don't have the energy. And when I have the energy to live stream, I don't have the time. So it's really hard getting those things to sync up. On top of it, for a couple of weeks now, I think it's been like 2 weeks maybe. I've slowly been coming down with a nasty head cold, and I think you can hear it in some of my videos. There are a lot of videos that I have recorded that I haven't put up yet, and in some of them you can really hear it. And my voice is squeakier than usual because it was rougher than usual, and I had to talk at a higher pitch so that it just didn't completely fail on me. So it was like I will be honest with you, there are a few videos where it was like, wow, do I really want to put this video up, because you can tell that my voice is really having issues. But, in the end, I hope people can understand that I have been working on a head cold for the last couple of weeks. Right now, well, actually, yesterday it was at its absolute worst. Today I'm feeling a little bit better with it. I'm not coughing quite as much as I was yesterday and the day before and stuff, but I think my voice still kind of gives out a little bit on me every now and then. And so if I do get really squeaky from time to time, that's why, because my voice is giving out on me. And the only way to combat that is to speak in a higher pitch, because for some reason it's the lower pitches or tones or whatever that are having the issue. So yeah, I just thought that I would throw that out there while we watch this part of the video. Okay, so now that we're to the meat of the video, I do not like that. It ends up staying more or less like that, and I do not like it. I very deeply regret walling that off in its own little like garden space like that. And eventually I'm going to change it. I don't know how, I don't know when, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I've seen all sorts of things, from people moving all of the pillars to one spot in the valley. Like, I've seen some people move them all to that little small island on Dazzle Beach. I've seen people, I think, move them all onto the plaza. I think I saw that once somewhere. And then, of course, people have done other things with them. I try to avoid most of the videos because I don't want a lot of spoilers. But I have watched a few of the, like, speed build type of videos to get some ideas for what other people are doing. And I've seen them do similar things to what I'm doing here, kind of making it its own little garden area. And the characters seem to enjoy it. They go in there and they sit a lot. So they seem to enjoy that little space, but I don't like it being a little walled off space in the meadow. It doesn't feel right when you're walking through there and playing it and stuff. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't look right. I just don't like it. So I will change it at some point. I just don't know how or when or what I'm gonna do with it yet. I may find a place, because once you get the pillar, it's not used or useful with anything anymore. So I may just stick all of the pillars in a corner of the valley somewhere. I don't know where yet, but somewhere. Maybe behind Merlin's house or something. And speaking of Merlin's house, because that's what I'm working on right now in the video, where Merlin's house ends in this video, where you see it at the end of the video, is not where it stays. And to be honest with you, I cannot remember if I explained this in later episodes, but I was trying to move Mini Casita. I would eventually like to have Mickey and Minnie and Goofy all live near each other. And so I was trying to move Mini Casita. Initially, I also wanted Vanellope to live right there as you enter the meadow as well. But now that I've actually seen her house, I'm not sure I want it right there at the start of the meadow anymore. But we'll get into that at a later date when I actually get that far in the game. But I definitely want Mickey and Minnie's house somewhere nearby Goofy's house. And so I thought, well, I'll move Mini Casita up to the, what is it called? Sunlit Plateau. But for now, to get it out of the way, I will move it over by Merlin's house. Well, that was a couple of episodes after this, and I tried to move it to Merlin's house, which required moving Merlin's house and the little road that leads to his house and stuff, but it still didn't fit. Like, Mini Casita is absolutely enormous, and it just does not fit into a lot of spaces, at least not in the meadow that I've been able to find so far. So I ended up leaving Mini Casita where it's at, but Merlin's house moves. And I think that's in 2 or 3 episodes after this one. And these pathways, oh my goodness, these pathways took me the absolute longest to do. For one thing, I had to stop and grind for the pieces. What were even the pieces? I remember pebbles. I remember you needed pebbles. Sand, maybe? Sand and pebbles, probably. And to just collect enough pebbles took me like 2-3 days of grinding to do all the pathways that I wanted in the meadow, because I used gravel pathways because I thought that was fitting for the meadow. And I don't even think I recorded all of the little pieces that I added onto the pathway, because after a while it just became like really super annoying to hit record for 2 seconds to record this little bit of the pathway and then stop recording, and then 2 hours later hit record again and record that little bit of the pathway. So towards the end, I think I did do some parts of the pathway and then just didn't record it because it was so much easier not to do that. I also don't love where I put the raspberry bushes, and those I think I will move in time as well. Let's see, what else gets changed? Oh, that. Oh my goodness. It took me forever to decide where I wanted, what is that called? That well? It took me forever to decide where I wanted it, and then in the end I decided I didn't like it there after all. So an episode or 2 after this, I also move the well. I know I should have just left everything where I put it in this video and then did another speed decorate video down the road, but I really, really did not like where some of this stuff was at, and I really wanted to prepare for other things. I wanted to move Mickey's house down into the meadow. That's what I wanted to do, to be honest, and prepare for Minnie's house. But I couldn't figure out where to move Minnie Casita. And so I was like, I'll just wait till I unlock Sunlit Plateau. But so that was kind of not entirely my fault. But the well was 100% my fault. I did this whole thing to decorate this whole spot for the well. And then after I finished this video, I'm like, no, I don't like that after all. So in the next episode or the episode after that, it suddenly disappears from that spot. Yeah, I'm very indecisive when it comes to this kind of stuff. I did try to record a couple of bits of me making and customizing the customizable furniture because I thought that was really cool to see and do. So I did record a couple of those. And obviously, oops, I hit my desk. Obviously, excuse me, I put a couple of picnic tables in the meadow. I think the meadow is a great place for just sitting and relaxing and hanging out. And so I left a lot of spaces, and I plan on leaving a lot of spaces even after we get more and more characters and I move Mickey and Minnie down here into the meadow. I plan on leaving quite a bit of space for like open park area, if you will. But the one other thing the one thing I might change, that's what I was gonna say. No, I'm changing a lot about this meadow as time goes on. The one other thing that I plan on changing is the light posts. I like those light posts. They're really cute, but I think I'm going to use those in the Glade of Trust instead. And I found ones that I might use in the meadow in place of those light posts. Oh my god, my voice is giving out. Okay, I think it's better now. I had to cut there for a second to drink a whole bunch of water because, man, this head cold is like awful. I hate having head colds in the summer. It just seems so unfair. Anyways, so yeah, you see a bunch of paths just pop up out of nowhere, and I'm kind of like messing with them a little bit, getting them just right. But that's because, again, I got really tired of recording for a minute, stopping, grinding for the materials, recording. Because I couldn't, like, I knew exactly where I wanted the paths to be, but for the life of me, I could not figure out, like, how much pebbles I needed to make that much gravel, how much sand I needed to make that much gravel, you know, that kind of stuff. So, oh, I did decide, okay, some people say that the game looks spooky or creepy or bad at night. I personally think it looks really cool, especially at dusk like this. And so I wanted to do a little bit of the decorating at dusk because I just love the way those little lantern streetlights glow, and I love the way the glowing, like, pretty much setting sun looks. I just think it looks pretty and cozy. What I'm doing right now is purposely placing a bunch of flowers and making sure I have all those lanterns from all over the valley. I want to keep like lanterns in one biome. So in this case, these lanterns here I took from all over the other parts of the valley that I could get them, and I put them into the meadow. But again, I think I mentioned earlier that I might move these lanterns over to the glade and use different ones here. I'm going to try it out and see if I like it or not, and we'll see in a future episode if I do that or not. But For now, I took all of these lantern-looking lights and moved them from all the other parts of the valley into the meadow. And then I placed a bunch of flowers to see, one, could I decorate with flowers and would it affect the spawn rate of the flowers that are supposed to be spawning in the meadow? And the answer is yes, you can decorate with the flowers, but yes, it will affect the spawn rate of the flowers in the meadow. So I do go back and take those out. You don't see me add the flower pots into the various places, but I think I include a clip of me creating the flower pots towards the end here in just a minute or two. I'm pretty sure I included that clip, but I didn't actually place the flower pots until later. I don't even know if they're in the walkthrough or not because it wasn't until much, much later. I'm not even sure the next episode is gonna have the flower pots in them. I don't fully remember, but I do go back and place some decorative flower pots throughout the meadow in place of where I wanted flowers growing, just to add that little decorative touch of flowers without affecting the meadow flower spawn rate. That was a lot of words just simply to say that I changed yet another thing. But anyways, we still have, I believe, that clump of mushrooms sitting there even to this day because I still can't get rid of them. It's so annoying and hilarious. But yeah, I think that clump of mushrooms going towards Merlin's house is still there if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, what else has changed from this video? Not much. Not much of the main stuff, although it will soon, but you won't see that for several episodes yet. And again, I'm trying really hard to get those episodes up as fast as I can. I'm trying to do a Sims video, then a Dreamlight video, then a Sims video, then a Dreamlight video. Oh wait, did I move the well already? No, I think I put it back. Yeah, okay. Because you'll see me move the well later on. And here I am now going to Scrooge to finish this quest. I basically just click on him and say, "Hey Scrooge, I finished," and he said, "Great, it looks lovely," or something like that. And then we finally completed this quest. After all that time of waiting, it was finally done. And I'm so glad because it's so much easier to navigate the meadow now. So here is the final sort of look. And I don't know, do I do a walkthrough? I think I do a walkthrough. But here's sort of the final look at how the valley or the meadow ended, and you can see the flower pots. So I did wait to record this walkthrough till I placed the flower pots, so you can see where I took the flowers out that I had placed and replaced them with the flower pots. And again, some of this stuff changes in the next few episodes, and unfortunately, I don't remember if I actually explain any of that in the episodes, or if I just got recording too much stuff too fast that I forgot to explain anything. But yes, I put a little garden there because that thing next to it that's ruined, I didn't know what that was. I thought that was going to be a house. It is not going to be a house. I won't spoil it for you if you don't know what it is, but it's not going to be a house. And the only hint that I'm going to give you is I eventually get rid of that garden that I placed there. I might put a couple more gardens back in the meadow in other spots, just not in that spot, because of that ruined thing that will eventually get fixed in an episode down the road. But yeah, here's the valley. It's so much easier to navigate. It's like 1,000 times prettier now because it's not such a mess, but it's still cute and unique and has all its features. So if you liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!